Hi students, now we are going to study a new chapter, OZYMANDIAS. This was written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Let us see some introduction. This famous and remarkable sonnet is written by the poet P.B. Shelley. The poem revolves around the foolish pride of conceited king Ozymandias, whose statue symbolizes the destruction caused by time. It brings out the transitory nature of life and its pretensions of fame and fortune. This poem reveals the truth that power of arrogant people fails to perpetuate their name and fame. In the sonnet, a traveler meets the poet and tells him about the statue of Ozymandias, a mighty king. This poem reveals the truth that power of arrogant people fails to perpetuate their name and fame. The poet narrates his chance meeting and conversation with a traveler from an ancient land. It was a broken statue with only two stone legs that stood mounted on a very huge and high pedestal. The upper body of the statue was missing. The face of the statue was lying away from it, half buried in the sand. The face of the statue looked stern and wore an arrogant expression. The traveler further told the poet that the facial expressions of frown, that was angry and happy expression, wrinkled lip and sneer brings out the sculpture's craftsmanship skills. It shows the sculptor knew the king deeply and thus did a good job at expressing the ruler's personality and his dislike for others. The sculptor had successfully captured all nuances of the king's cold expression. The traveler complimented the sculptor on his fine work and commended him for capturing the essence of Ozymandias' personality in his work. Ozymandias, the king, was power-drunk, cruel, and inhuman with an authoritarian attitude. The traveler remarked that the king had died, but his facial expression, one of vanity and self-importance, still survived on the sculptured face. The traveler also informed the poet about the inscription that was engraved on the pedestal. The inscription gave impression that Ozymandias considered himself to be the king of kings. It showed Ozymandias' pompous claim of being the mightiest of the mighty. The inscribed words showed the pride and haughtiness of the king. The king boasted that his achievements and his exploits were incomparable in the world. The king was proud of them and felt that all shall despair in the face of his works. Ironically now, none of the Ozymandias' works can be seen in the vicinity of the statue. The neglected and shattered statue highlighted the irony of his claims. Due to withering over time, nothing else is left behind of Ozymandias' glory except the boundless sand spread all around the broken statue. Time had wiped out all the power and position of this self-claimed mighty king and pushed him into forgetfulness. Let us summarize this poem. The poem Ozymandias brings out the impermanence of man and his foolish urge to immortalize his name. The poem illustrates the vanity of human glory and power. It conveys to the readers that everything in the world perishes with the passage of time and under the powerful influence of the elements of nature. The poem highlights the hollow conception of man that objects such as statues, monuments, and memorials can immortalize him. Ozymandias, a powerful king of Egypt, was proud of his glory and achievements. He decided to immortalize himself and got a statue built. But nothing could stand against time and powerful elements of nature. Man is too feeble to withstand the ravages of time. Hence, one should not live a pretentious life. Thank you.